Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymox, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be at about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
What's going on? There we go. There we go.
Keeps bouncing me out because of my audio.
How's everybody doing? What's up, Jamie? How you doing? How you doing?
Doing all right. How about you?
Well, yeah, polka dots that are floating around in the background. Amoebas. Polka dots? I don't know what they are. Microscopic.
Oxygen bubbles.
Yep. Oh, how's everybody week? How's everybody's week been going on? Rented lips. I can't talk tonight. It's been an interesting one here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you talk about any of it?
Oh, nobody wants to hear my problems.
Of course you do.
Oh, man. Just the struggle of adulting, the struggle of life's challenges. Sometimes sometimes you're the hammer and sometimes you're the nail.
Yeah. There's another one like that, a little more colorful. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're the shoe and sometimes you're the shit or something like that. Sometimes you're the shit and sometimes you're the shit. I don't know.
Yeah. Life has a way of smacking you upside the head every now and again, just for the pure fun of it.
Yeah. I really do think it kind of has fun with it.
Heather just avoided sudden death trying to come home in an ice storm. That's always a plus. Sudden death is not, good. Although, I mean, if you're just want to know my opinion, sudden death would probably be better than a prolonged agony death.
Yeah, than a long.
Not that anybody needs any death, but you know what?
Yeah, not that any death is good. But if it were to happen,
yeah,
quick, is better.
I'd rather get struck by lightning and vaporized than lay in a bed for 6 months.
Twitching like a cockroach on the floor for like 3 weeks.
Exactly. Researching coffee brands. That'll be my next change to a Canadian brand. Yeah. I'm drinking. What am I drinking? I don't know. I'm drinking Charleston coffee, organic coffee.
From Charleston?
No, I don't know where it's from, actually. It's pretty good, though. I don't know. I got it at Costco in this big bag for like $16 for, I don't know, 3 pounds or something. So
good deal.
I'll be drinking the shit out of that stuff because I had a lot of it, but the bag is almost empty. I have almost ground my last beans.
Are you having to drink more because it's not as strong as your, or is it just that time?
Yeah, I've been using my French press. I was going to get a new coffee making apparatus, but
that's why you're kind of looking into that.
Yeah. I'm a little too thin in the wallet at the moment for one. So I dug out my old French press that I was going to throw away because it was getting kind of funky, and I just washed it. It's got a glass carafe and stuff in it, so that's all good. The outside's a little funky, but I washed it all up. I've been using that, taking my Keurig to the curb, kicking the Keurig to the curb in the morning for trash day. I'm sick of that damn thing. Leaky ass, not working, weak ass coffee brewing.
It reminds me of like when you go to 7-Eleven and then you get like, if you get, the black coffee, but then if you want to like flavor it up, you'll go like get one of the mochas or the other, like their cappuccinos or whatever it is. Like, it's like that Nescafe fake coffee. Like, that's not, I guess it's coffee. It says it's coffee. It says it's caffeinated. Flavors of, but that's what those things remind me of, is like, I'm not getting the zoom from it that I need.
I was drinking Dunkin' Donut coffee beans that I would ground myself. Like, even when I was using the Keurig, I wouldn't use the coffee pods. I would grind my own beans and just use one of the, reusable pods. But I had some Black Death coffee. I've drank that. I've drank the Patriot coffee. Black Rifle coffee.
Yeah, Black Rifle.
Had a bunch of different ones, and like Royal says, Folgers. Some of my favorite coffee is 8 o'clock coffee, and what's the other one? It starts with a C. Community something coffee.
I used to like U-Ban when my mom made it when I was like a kid. Like, you put milk in it. I liked like her like U-Ban back in the day. I heard Dunkin' Donuts' coffee is like not too bad.
Yeah, I kind of like their
coffee.
Yeah, when it comes down to it.
I just need it very, very leaded.
Yep. Yeah, I usually only drink 1 cup of coffee in the morning. Rather large cup, but
yeah, I was gonna say, how big is the cup? Because my like 1 cup of coffee in the morning takes till 4 o'clock. It's like the 7-cup line of water filled into like.
Mine's not that big.
20 ounces.
Yeah, it's a good 16-ounce mug though. But yeah, that's and it's partly like a morning ritual, to just make, like, if you want to total shit my day up, mess with my coffee first thing in the morning, and I'm just a livid asshole the rest of the day. I cannot stand.
It's like you think about it the night before. Like, I have everything I need for coffee tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, do I have my coffee? Do I have this? Do I have that? Because nothing better, screw with me having my coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
If someone pisses me off, it's like, God damn it, I haven't even had one fucking cup of coffee yet. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's I don't know, ritual, a habit, whatever. It's
the
just like,
smell.
yeah, it's like smoking or vaping or, whatever,
Sit down,
whatever
pour
your
myself,
vice
have my
is,
coffee. Yeah.
you don't want somebody messing with it first thing in the morning. Darcy sometimes would hear me. I'd wake her up, because I always get up like way before she does. And she can always tell when that coffee machine was giving me shit because I'd be like, okay, try it again. Okay. And then about the third time, I just totally lose my shit, start beating the shit out of the machine. And I'm in there having a full on conversation with the stupid coffee machine, like some kind of freaking lunatic.
Why won't you go in your home?
Yeah. I hate starting the day out like that. So, yeah, I haven't used that thing now for a couple of weeks. It's just been sitting on the counter and it's going to the trash can in the morning. Done with it. Done with its bad attitude. Yeah, I can dig some Dunkin' Donut coffee. I don't like Starbucks. I kind of do like some Starbucks coffee, but Starbucks just pisses me off, and I just
Yeah, it's
given them
the
money in
Italian is pretty good.
several years now.
And wasn't it like Black Ripe? Like one of them claimed that all proceeds went to the veterans or something, and that's why I was like, oh right, on like not only am I drinking this, but all the money goes to veterans. I think one of the ones of like those three, the death, the Black Rifle, or the
Black
Patriot.
Rifle.
What is it? Black Rifle? Yeah, like actually lied about some shit. I'm like, why'd you go do that?
Yeah, they stuck their foot in their mouth a few times. I pretty much.
Starbucks pissed me off when they wouldn't give the leftover. They wouldn't give coffee to veterans. They give it to like everybody else, like whatever the leftover coffee was, or they had this like special coffee. They give it to everybody, but they're like, we're not giving it to veterans. I'm like, oh screw you! Like I would go there every single day on my lunch break when I worked in corporate, and we'd go get a stupid ass Starbucks.
Yep. Yeah, when I worked out at the beach, I'd ride my motorcycle, whatever, to work every day. And, I always had a firearm on me. And I went to the Starbucks one, that was like my thing. I'd stop there on the way. And I went up there and there's this big sign, no firearms in this premises, blah, blah, blah. I had something written about, if you have a gun, don't come in here. I was like, okay, cool. Fuck you.
So now all the criminals know they can go in there because everybody's unarmed.
Yeah. I'll go 3 doors down to Dunkin' Donuts and give them my money
Yeah.
And, I could have walked in there with my gun because it's concealed. Nobody's going to know anyways, which I've done several times in places, but it just pissed me, just the idea of it pissed me off. So.
It's the principle.
Okay. It's just me, It's just me and my $5, but whatever. Choose to spend my $5 somewhere else. And I haven't fucking been back in that MF since. And when Starbucks coffee is on sale at the grocery store here, they put it on sale like stupid prices sometimes, like really
like $7.99.
Like $5.99.
Oh well, we'll never see Starbucks for like $5.99 here, not 5 years.
I still won't buy it. They give that shit away for free, and I'd choose to pay for something else. That's just me. I'm stubborn. I'm hard headed.
She loves the Italian roast.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I actually, you know, a lot of people rag on their coffee. It's too acidic or whatever, but some of it I kind of like.
Well, that's the thing. Like when I save, like what she's gonna dump, I put into a collection pot. I call it. It's like a metal carafe in there because she'll dump like this much out like every day. So I go put it in there, and I'm like, then it's like cold in the morning for like iced coffee. And then I have mine, you know, that I like to brew up, but it goes like bad real fast in there to where like the acid just starts to totally build up.
Heather said she shared our video, try to get her mom come in, and it says content is not available. Is that on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch or now we're broadcasting live on Pornhub
And OnlyFans.
OnlyFans? There you go. Yeah, was that on Facebook or YouTube or where? I don't have any of those links open at the moment, so I know we were a couple minutes late coming on.
Everything.
Okay. Facial books.
Yeah, I'm seeing it on Facial Book.
I don't know. Maybe try reloading or something.
Yeah, and I've been seeing it on YouTube. The YouTube.
Yeah, looks okay on my end too.
This is so cool. It's like a Swiss Army knife, but it's a Winchester little, like, it's got little scissors on it, little knives, like little screwdrivers and stuff. And it's got little nail clippers, wait. And then it closes up right on top. It's like a little Winchester.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like Leatherman type thingy. But I keep it here. I use this little thing all the damn time.
Yeah, that'd be a good channel name.
Channel called Only Flans. That's funny. Flan.
I've been gonna make some flan. I saw a carnivore recipe for it.
That's your favorite.
Yeah, I used to make it a long time ago, and it was always damn tasty.
Besides tiramisu, like that's one of the things she always wants to get for her birthday. But like if she goes out to eat, and then it's a dessert.
Exactly, Zuriana. Yeah, they just pissed me off a few good times. The thing with, you know, the vets, and then the thing with guns, and they're just their whole attitude. They can just.
And can I say I hate that new commercial of theirs? My name is blah blah. They call me blah blah, and it's like they can't remember your name or write it on a cup. So like it's like cheers, happy birthday, all this stuff. Like nobody's gonna go up there have all these cups with all these stupid things because you're Gen Z and you can't remember, you know, someone's name.
Yeah.
Like whose way to go? You got this. Like.
Yeah, I was watching,
and I cringe.
I was watching a video today. I can't remember the girl's name. Blonde-haired girl. She goes to colleges, you know, and asks questions. And God, it's amazing how stupid most college kids are. She's just asking, you know, somewhat basic questions, you know. What's the capital of the United States? You know, and people are like, I should know this. I should know this. And asking people to name the forefathers, you know, just like Eisenhower. When did America gain its independence? 1974. I'm like, really?
Or are you aware that there's a conflict with China? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Where was the Vietnam War fought? And people are like,
Yeah.
France? Germany? Really? I mean,
It's sad.
I did not do good in school at all, and I could answer these questions.
I only went on Fridays and I could answer these questions.
Exactly.
That was the exam day. On Monday, I found out I got the list of like what the study points are for the week. And then on Friday was the day that you know.
Yeah.
So I grabbed the list on Monday and I just showed up Friday to take the tests. Like last couple of years.
Yeah, I remember my guidance counselor called me in. She's like, you've missed 86 days of school. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. She's like, it's not even halfway through the year. What are you doing? I said, I'm surfing and I work. What could you possibly be doing for work? I'm making surfboards. Does that make you any money? Yeah, it's a pretty good job. Well, how much could you possibly be making surfboards? I said, I usually make like $300 to $400 a week, you know, and this is like way back in the day. And she's like, you make more than I do working a full-time job?
Yeah, because she's just a yard duty snitch.
Yes, I do, apparently. Little did I know. Yeah, Zariana, that's the truth. That's been that way for a while. My favorite story about coffee is Darcy and me were downtown one night, and there's this little coffee shop that used to be a blacksmith shop when I was a little kid. Now it's a fancy coffee shop. So we were walking around downtown and said, oh, let's go over here and grab a coffee. And I went over there to get a coffee. She ordered like a mochaccino, mocha something, I don't know. And I said, I'll just have a coffee. Okay, what flavor would you like? Coffee flavor. She's like, yeah, but what do you want in it? Just a little bit of cream, a little bit of sugar. But what flavor do you want? You know, we've got vanilla, we've got cappuccino, we got butterscotch, we got this. So can I just get plain coffee? She's like, I like threw her for a loop. She's like, nobody just orders plain coffee. I was like, obviously I'm in the wrong store. And I came home that night with a refrigerator magnet that says, can I just get a plain cup of coffee? Went somewhere and I saw that little magnetic sign. I was like, oh, that is fully me tonight. Thank you.
I resemble that statement right now.
And it's still on my refrigerator to this day. Yeah, I asked for a cup of coffee and she looked at me like I was from another planet. But what flavor do you want? Coffee flavored? Call me weird.
You know, I had missed so much school. by the time it was time to graduate, when they start adding up all your stuff, they're like, "What are we gonna do with you?" Because I came in there like half failing, and I only had enough units to get into freshman year because of an incident and somewhere I had to go the summer before, and got into high school and failed like the first 2 years. Then started doing good my last 2 years, and like my last year I was a 4.0 student graduating with honors, like had a job, was getting college credit, all this shit. Anyway, the problem was I missed a shit ton of school. And they're like, well, especially PE, because that was like I put on my clothes over my clothes, run down to the end of the creek, take them off, run it across to Carl's Jr., hang out like over there, put stuff back on, run back in, or just not even show up. And they're like, well, what are you gonna do? I ended up having to walk freaking 4 miles every single morning. They're like, just walk around the track. And that's how I made up my time missed.
Yeah.
Was walking around the flipping track like before school even started, like a good portion of my senior year. Had my Walkman and stuff, just walking around the stupid freaking track.
Yeah.
But I really learned my lesson.
We'll tell her we said, hey, back, Heather. Sorry she can't get on. I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a high school dropout. That was when I went in to the guidance counselor that time. She's like, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to quit. She's like, you can't quit. And I'm like, yeah, I can.
Oh, you actually told them?
Yeah, and she's like, I don't blame you. You're making
money. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, honestly, I said, this, I hate school. I feel like the last several years, I'm just learning the same exact thing that I learned the year before. And I'm just done. And yeah.
You got all you needed out of it.
She wasn't happy. My mom definitely was not happy. And I said, go, I'll take my GED. And I'll get a GED. But she's like, you're not going to do anything. You're not going to be able to get a job. You're not going to be able to do this. You're not going to be able to go to college. I'm like, Jesus, I got out of this school. I ain't going to another one.
Exactly.
But yeah, I signed up for the GED. And they're like, okay, you got to have this book and you got to study for it. And blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Just tell me when it is and I'll show up and take the test.
Exactly.
I showed up, I took the test, and I scored so high on the test that I don't have a GED. I have a regular high school diploma, and they wanted me to graduate with my class, which I did not go to. I'm like, just give me the fucking piece of paper. I don't need a party. I don't need to go graduate in front of a bunch of people. I hate this
reason.
Why do I want to keep coming back? Well, I used to have nightmares about being back in school again. But yeah, they were like, you scored exceptionally high on your GED. All that studying you did. And I'm like, what studying?
Oh, common sense is a workbook, homie.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I only did it because my parents get so pissed off and they're like, you're not going to graduate with your class. You're not going to graduate. And you're certainly not graduating with your class. You're going to be the only one that's going to be up there graduating with freshmen and all this stuff. I'm like, I could do it if I wanted. I just don't want to because it's stupid and they're pointless. Like, I don't need this.
Yep.
And she's like, you're not going to graduate with your class. I'm like, whatever. So I
So a month
proved,
later, like, I don't want to graduate with my class. I don't
but I
like my
proved
class.
if I wanted to, I could. That no, I'm not lazy or stupid or any of those things. And that's why I got the honors. I got every like just boom, but oh, and a freaking $250 scholarship to local college for excellence with careers with children, and got my teaching unit. So when I freaking moved out at 18, I could already be head teacher at a school. 18 years old, and I had people that were like in their 30s as my bitches. So
There you go.
tell me I can't do something. So
Yeah.
I just don't want to do it.
Yeah, it's funny when my guidance counselor when I first went in there, she was like ready to read me the riot act about missing so much school, but then when I explained to her what I'm doing, by the time the end of that meeting, she was like, yeah, if I was you, I'd probably get out of here too. I can't say that I blame you. She's like, are you hiring? Back in the good old days when $300 or $400 would go a long way. Geez, I moved out when I was 17, and my first apartment, I think I was paying $100 a month for, and it was on the beach, right across the street from the beach. But then I upgraded and I moved to the cottage right on the beach for $150 a month. It's funny, my brother lived in the same place. And when he rented it, it was only $80 a month. And I was like, ooh, 150. I don't know. Is it going to be worth it? And then I'm like, wait a minute. I'm living on the beach for $150 a month. It's a little old, funky wooden cottage. Life is good.
That's
I remember the last place I lived on the beach, my rent was $475, and it was like a upstairs duplex kind of place, and I paid $475, and they were going to raise the rent, and I'm like, that's outrageous. You can't raise the rent. Nowadays, that same house, I went and looked at it just not too long ago, and it was like, I don't know, $3,000 a month.
Like the one we lived in by the beach, it was like 30 something when they bought it. It's like some million something dollars, and that's walking distance to the reserve. How
Yeah.
far were you from the actual sand? Like, how far did you walk from your house to the sand to the beach?
From the cottage I lived in, like
Yeah,
50 yards, maybe.
it's nice. See, I had to like walk across Highway 1 and then down to the reserves, but
Yeah.
it was never like on the beach, on the beach.
Yeah. And I lived in
Had
another
to walk across the highway to my private beach.
I lived in another place that it was pretty much like, wasn't oceanfront, but from my front porch, where my bedroom was, I could see the ocean. So that was a cool place too.
Badass. So you could like hear it and everything out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I lived on the beach out there for a long time, and yeah, it was weird. Like I was thinking about it the other day. Like every year we have, hurricanes and stuff here. And there's usually like at least one good bad one every year now. But all the years that I lived on the beach out there, I don't remember, like, we had a few hurricanes, but they were always like off the coast, made the waves really good. But the weather wasn't bad. Like I never left. I lived in a little shitty cottage on the beach, and I never left, for hurricanes or anything. So I don't know. Different nowadays. I still haven't evacuated, but It's been close a few times. If I'd have been living on the Gulf Coast this past season, yeah, I'd have got the hell out of there, because that place got shookered.
So you could surf from your places. What was there surfing right there?
Was what?
Was there like good surfing
Oh yeah,
from
yeah,
your place? Like it
yeah,
wasn't all. That's so freaking badass.
yeah. I could get up in the morning and grab a surfboard or my fishing pole, or sometimes both, and be at the beach in like under a minute.
Oh my god, that is heaven, man.
Walk out the front door and
Damn.
walk through the end of the parking lot, and there's the beach.
It's always my dream is to like live in Maui in like a little shack on the beach, just some little tiny, doesn't have to be fancy. Nothing fancy. Those
I've got some
coyotes.
friends. I got some friends that moved out there back in the late 80s. I had a bunch of friends actually that moved to Hawaii, and a bunch of them came back, but there's several that, used to be in my group of, hangout friends that moved out there, and they're still there. One guy I used to live with, he's been there for years now. Loves it. Freaking guy doesn't he's like looks the same as he did when we were living together 40 years ago. That's crazy. Yeah, I remember that test. You're supposed to take.
But I can't remember what it said. Like for me,
Yeah.
something about, I think, counseling, or I don't remember.
I think mine said drug dealers. No. It's funny. I talked to this guy that I've known him forever, but just known him, not like really hung out with him. And it was funny. He told, when he first started hanging out with Sam, I'd go over to her house all the time, and she's like, "Hey, my neighbor came over and had something to say about you." And I was like, "Oh, really? What do you have to say?" He was warning me because he knew you were a heroin dealer. I'm like, "Oh yeah, he knows me real good, doesn't he?" Fucking nitwit. Oh, he's been in a lot of trouble. He's been in jail. You better watch out for him. Okie dokie.
There's like, you're going to be a housewife. I got mortician because I didn't want to deal with people. I love it. God, I wish. I remember sitting there, and I think I had to go a few times, sitting in that little chair. Well, and what was the name of that counselor? It was called, like, where they're trying to get you ready for the world, and it's like, well, what? Guidance counselor or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I took, I went to vocational school for a while, and I took drafting and printing and some other stuff. I was in the wood shop for a while. But when I was in high school, I think I was in 9th or 10th grade, 9th grade maybe. I was like, picking classes, and I'm like, I'm taking the same shit over and over. And there was this girl I liked, and she was in, I forget what they called it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, something like that. And I was like, well, shit, if she's in that class, I'll take it. And I got in there, and it was pretty much all girls in the whole class. And I'm like,
that's why my dad took it.
I was like, well, this ain't bad. And then we were like cooking and sewing and doing all this shit. And I'm like, yeah, this is pretty cool.
Is that why you cook so good and you're so damn handy, Rob? Is that where you got all your skills?
That, you know, I actually felt like I
that
learned
stuff?
something. I learned something because I enjoyed that class because it was a class full of girls, and you know, I like cooking. I know how to sew.
No, they actually teach you life like skills, like
Yeah,
that's what
like
they
shit
make
you're gonna use the
people,
rest
like
of your life.
auto
You know?
shop, wood shop, well, especially auto shop and home ec, I think are incredibly important. And then like what is it? Not economics. We'll say economic. The one that teaches you like how to balance like a budget
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff like that. At least
yep,
those are all that you really need. Like get you ready to be an adult. Like
yeah,
for when you're 18. Like so
yep,
you can at least fry an egg and pay know how much money you have to pay your bills and how to find a job and how to fix your car.
yep. Yeah, I
And
mean,
then
like
those are the ones they cut like first.
it's like my stepdad. Like, you know, he
Job course good.
like he could make cereal, and he could like open a can of beans or something and like put them in the microwave and warm them up. But as far as that goes, that was about it. I mean, I don't think he could even make toast. And I'm like, how can you be as old as you are and you don't know how to make food for yourself? That's like a survival skill, you know? I learned that shit when I was a little kid, you know?
Yeah, not to mention the Girl Scouts and all that learning how to make fire and cook on the outdoor stuff and survive
Yeah.
outside. Like all those things are important.
Yeah, like I
But
think I
it's
said
the
before,
first that they cut.
my mom she was working late, you know, and my dad would get home earlier, and she was having to work late. And I remember him one night, he was just freaking out because my mom wasn't home to make dinner. And I'm
That's crazy.
like, well, there ain't no lock on the kitchen door. Like, I mean, you can go in there and make some food. I don't know how to make any food. I'm like, are you serious?
You're like, nothing's stopping you from getting
I
up
know.
and doing
I'm like, well,
goddamn
yeah,
self.
dude, there's the kitchen. I mean, there's not like a fucking shock thing across the door that's gonna like,
And a Rottweiler in the doorway.
yeah, he just would not like venture into the
Horrible.
kitchen. I'm thinking to myself, so you'd rather sit here and starve and bitch about it than actually going in that room in there where the food is and making
And
something to eat.
figure it out.
I said, let me do this shit. So I went in there and, you know, made like some T-bones or something. Damn, son.
So they
You
can't
make these
figure out
better
how to
than
make than
How'd
your
you learn how
mom.
to do all this? Yeah. How'd you learn how to cook? So growing up with my mom and my grandmother and my aunt and hanging out in the kitchen and
Like
being a fat
living.
kid and taking a class in high school with a bunch of girls that we learned how to cook. And, hey, I enjoy it. I like eating. And I can fix the car too.
As you get along. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I loved auto shop. We used to work on the teacher's gremlin though. He'd bring his own car and like we would get junk cars to work on, but like he would bring his gremlin in and have us do work on it. Or his Pinto. I think it was a gremlin.
I used to have a gremlin and a Pinto.
Really?
Yeah. Was it an AMC gremlin?
Oh dear.
Yeah, there was a girl that was like doing auto mechanic work in high school too. The same thing. Everybody was like, "Oh, she's a weirdo. She works on cars. She must be a lesbian. She must be this. She must be that. I'm like, girl knows how to fix her damn car, and she's rolling down the road while y'all sitting on the side of the road broke ass.
Or it's like a
hanging with
dumb
her.
kid.
Yeah. Yeah, one of my friends that I used to hang out with, she her dad had a car repair shop service station for years, and that's what she grew up doing, and she learned how to work on cars, you know. And yeah, you look at her and never think that, but oh yeah, I remember a few times calling her up and asking her, hey, how do I fix this?
That's awesome. My dad, he made sure, like, before I could drive with other people, like when I was like 14, 15, other people, their licenses. He's like, you can't even drive with people until you change flat tires, you know how to do, pump gas, you know how to check oil, like the basic things. So I had to be able to do all that before I could even ride with people. And then when I got my own car, it was the carburetor needed rebuilt. He was the eyes, I was the hands. I rebuilt the carburetor, I did the work on the car and he taught me how to do it. And then I'd be like in my heels and my skirt, going to work. My dad, the car won't start. He's like, okay, get down there and take a wrench and hit the solenoid.
Yeah.
So I'm like crawling under the car, but he would walk me through it on the phone. I would do it. And I still thank him to this day for doing those things,
Yeah.
thank you, Dad, for doing that. Not just giving me like a brand new car and like paying, or fixing it. Like, your dad, can you fix this for me?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my first
And
truck.
I could do my own radiator,
Yeah. My stepdad bought my first truck for me. It was like $300 and it was a piece of shit. But I was stoked because that meant I wasn't walking or riding my bike or pushing my skateboard down the road. And I remember him, he was like, you need to pay me back for it. And the other thing you need to do is learn how to work on it, which I did because, I figured, why am I going to pay somebody else to fix it when I can figure out how to do it myself? And that was before YouTube and all that. I fixed my car last week, broke down way out of town, and it cost me $240 freaking to get my car towed home. That sucked a big bowl of nuts. But yeah, it was all because of a bolt. One bolt that broke in my car that held the belt tension alternator. Driving down the road and my car started like first thing that happened was I felt my steering like is my power steering going out, like got kind of stiff. And then my radio stopped, I was streaming music and it stopped. And I'm like, what the hell? Looking at my phone, and then I noticed my dash lights started getting dimmer. And then my headlights and all that. I looked at my temperature gauge and it was like on dead cold.
Oh no.
My headlights went out. Everything went out. No lights, no power steering, no nothing. I'm driving down the highway in the complete pitch dark. I turned my emergency blinkers on. They lasted for about 30 seconds and they went dead. So I'm like, okay, well, either I'm entered the twilight zone or this is something electrical happening.
You didn't get a check engine light before that?
Oh, my check engine light's been on for months because my catalytic converters took a shit. But yeah, pulled over, finally got up to a place. My car was overheating because it didn't have a radiator fan because anything that had to do with the serpentine belt revolving, it wasn't doing, and nothing was working. So my car was overheating.
My mom's was the serpentine.
One freaking little bolt broke that held the tensioner on the belt on the alternator. One bolt cost me $240 to get home. If I would have had a bolt and a couple of wrenches, I could have fixed my car. But no, didn't have any of that in there. Shit, if I would have had, I could have MacGyvered it. Could have fixed it probably with a coat hanger and a pair of pliers. At least to get it home, you know.
Oh shoot, like that. Yeah. I mean,
but yeah, I mean, I fixed it. You know, I took the alternator out, and the bolt was broken off, so I had to get the broken bolt out of the alternator, and it actually came out pretty easy.
did you drill it out?
Well, no, I took the alternator out of my car and brought it in the house, put it in my workshop, and put it in the vise, and took a little hammer and a nail actually, and like tapped it and got it to turn a couple of times, and I could turn it enough to where I could finally get a little bit of a grip on it, and just unscrewed it. Came out pretty easy. Luckily, I thought I was going to have to drill it out and like retap it or something, or use a screw extractor on it. No. Came out really easy. But I was thinking, if I would have took that to a car shop, I mean, that would have been probably $300 repair at least, to replace a bolt. But little garage driveway grease monkey action. It's back in action again. Well, speaking of grease monkey, my first article, it's not about grease monkeys, but I don't have a picture for it. I just have a little video. And, if anybody's like, anybody gone anywhere and like ordered food and you found something in your food. I remember Darcy me went somewhere. She had some kind of medical thing. I forget what it was, but we got out of there and we went to Panera Bread, and she ordered a bowl of soup, and I forget what I got, a sandwich or something, and they brought the soup, and it was tomato soup, and they brought it to her, and she took a bite or two, and then I see her stop, and she looks, and I'm like, what's up? And she's like, look, and there's a big black curly hair and that's sitting on the top of her soup. It was like a big old pube hair or something in her soup. Big black curly hair.
Tomato soup?
Yeah. And
my God.
She was done. That was the last time we ever went to Panera Bread. But yeah, that's pretty mild. Just finding a hair in your soup. But yeah.
And the type of hair. I mean,
yeah, it was like somebody stuffed their hand down
scratched their nuts and then stuck their hand in the spoon.
But this is kind of like that, but a little bit worse. It's not actually hairs in the soup, but it's other things in your food. I don't know. This just popped up, and I figured, what the heck? Let's add it to the stage. Crazy things found in fast food. This is another reason why I don't eat fast food anymore.
Things found in fast food. An Australian man went to KFC one day and he ordered a chicken meal. When he got home and was diving in, he bit into a piece of what he thought was chicken, but something was off. When he got a closer look, he noticed that it was the breaded heart of a chicken. Here's the picture he took. KFC responded, apologized, and gave this person a full refund. On to the next one. In 2005 at an Ohio Arby's, this person was eating a sandwich. But again, something wasn't right. After a closer look, this person realized that there was a slice of human skin in the sandwich with the fingerprints still on it. Health investigators determined that this happened because a manager was slicing lettuce. He accidentally cut his thumb, and his skin piece fell into the lettuce bin, which was then later used for sandwiches. That's disgusting. In 2007, a Vermont Burger King customer was eating a burger when he felt something that was obviously not food in his mouth. He took it out and realized that it was an unwrapped willy wrapper, if you know what I mean. He was absolutely disturbed. He went up to the manager and showed them what happened, but the matter was laughed off and not taken seriously at all. The man filed a lawsuit for emotional and physical distress, and 3 years later, the case was settled in court for an unspecified but large amount of money. A Pennsylvania woman was eating a Chick-fil-A sandwich. She noticed that something was not quite right with her food. There was a dead rat baked into her bun. Here's the picture. The woman then sued Chick-fil-A for more than $50,000, claiming that she had negative side effects like emotional distress, anxiety, and nightmares about the ordeal. And lastly, a man was eating at TGI Fridays. He wanted to get the fries, but instead he decided to go with a bowl of vegetables to try to be healthy. As he was eating, he noticed something gray at the bottom of his vegetable bowl. He didn't think too much of it. He thought it might be a mushroom. But that's when he noticed green spots and a mouth. It was a decomposed snake head. He said the eye sockets were rotting and that there were tendons hanging out of its neck. When he first told the waiter thought he was joking. But then he showed them the snake head, and the waiter started to gag. The big news is this guy did not sue. He could have easily secured a bag.
That's gnarly. They would have just gave him free sandwiches for a year. I bit into a pancake at, oh God, what was it? One of those places that have pancakes. Denny's or something. Yeah. And there was, no, IHOP. A whole fingernail. I'm like, what's in my mouth? It was a whole fingernail. Like if someone's nail was this long and it was clipped like with the moon shape. I'm like, this is someone's fucking fingernail. And the people like were just da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, no, I have someone's fingernail in my fucking mouth. You know, I was just a loud, like 21-year-old. And I said, I can match it up. I'll see whose fingernail this is. Well, I ended up getting pissed, and they said, what, you know, to call, blah, blah, blah. And I called and gave them a store number. Somebody got fired. Unfortunately, I found out, oops, I gave the wrong store number. So the wrong person got fired for it. But that was disgusting.
Yeah.
Someone's fingernail is on their finger. You don't know what they've done with that nail.
Yeah, it's gonna
And then pancakes don't cook all that long to, you know, like.
Yeah, I know it happens, you know. I mean, me with long hair, you know, I'm like cooking here at my house. And I usually tie my hair back. And every time I don't, you know, end up getting freaking hair in my food.
Yeah.
So anytime I go cook anywhere, I'm like all paranoid about it, you know, if I'm like cooking at a place or somewhere, you know, or making food for other people, and like tie my hair in a bun. You want to
pull this black hair out. When it's your hair, it's okay. Or like if I have animal fur, like hair, it's like, all right, make sure I got nothing's gonna fall off me and none of this food. I don't care if I eat my own hair, but
yeah, what was that movie? God, I can't think of the name of the movie.
I don't want a hairball like the one chick though.
Oh, the dude with the mashed potatoes and the messed up hand. You want some of these mashed potatoes? He's like stirring them up with his hand that's missing fingers. Anybody know what movie I'm talking about? It's driving me crazy now. Yeah, exactly. That's why I always see these. I know I got friends that love to go out to dinner, and maybe somebody here loves to go. I prefer to just eat at home. I used to I didn't mind going out for dinner, but I just got to where, especially now, what I eat now is like,
A lot changed after COVID.
yeah, that too, I guess.
But it was still always better to cook at home. But going out was cool. Like if you had a bunch of people you haven't seen in a while, it's like, all right, let's go out. We can have a drink, get like appetizer or something. Just chill out.
Yeah.
Now it's like, screw that. I'm gonna make some stuffed mushrooms at home.
Yeah, this is today. One of my friends was, so I can't believe I don't have anything to eat. I don't have anything worth making here. And I said something about food. I said, yeah, I don't have a whole lot at my house right now either. And they were like, oh, yeah, sure. I bet your cabinets aren't as bare as mine. I was like, well, here's what's in my refrigerator right now. Pretty much not a whole lot. I got some drinks up there. 3 lemons, some cream, 8 eggs, a little bit of hamburger. That's about it. They were like, damn. Okay. It's one good thing about being on this diet. I don't have a refrigerator jam full of crap that I can't eat anymore. Country fried mouths. Oh, gnarly. Yeah. Was a scary movie too? I can't remember what movie it was.
I need a Mucinex. I can't breathe.
The Wednesday night stuffy.
Hmm.
The Wednesday night stuffy.
Mm-hmm. He said the Wednesday night stiffy.
Wednesday night stiffy. That was a Wednesday morning stiffy. Booze and weed. You can make a meal worthy of champions. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
What did I have for dinner tonight?
I had leftover tacos they made last night.
I took a picture of what I had for dinner tonight.
Naked? What did I miss?
Naked? What? Who's naked?
I don't know. Nick said something about naked. Did you know now you can actually go into AI and you type in every ingredient, like whatever you have in your refrigerator, just type it in there in your freezer, in your cabinet. And then it'll give you ideas of stuff that you can make with your stuff. So if you're like, what do I do with this, this, and that? It'll tell you. I haven't tried it yet, but it sounds like a cool idea. Yeah, I said naked because Dad, where did you go? Right here.
Oh, my fridge is naked.
Oh.
Yeah. Pretty much is.
You'd rather what? Eat what? You'd rather have your fingernail or toenail in your food what than your hair?
Than a snakehead or
Oh,
a dead frog or
Lori hasn't said anything for a minute, but she hears, did I hear naked?
who's
Lori got
naked?
some new decks.
Ah,
She pulled some cards for me.
nice.
You know who was naked was Kanye's poor girl, man. She looked terrified.
Yeah. Technically, she had a dress on. Just completely.
Technically, she did. That's what I said to my mom. Technically, she did have a mesh dress on, but she looked very uncomfortable. She looked scared. He was like walking around her like a wild animal. But then they had some lip readers say like, because she had a black coat on, and then he's like, all right, just drop it and like turn around, and she like didn't want to, and he got her to like do it. But in every picture, she's just kind of like freaked out. I mean, that is as vulnerable as you can get. He's put people in like every type of outfit. The black, remember,
Yeah.
having them walk around like shadows, down to like, all right. I mean, how can you shock when you're just like now just naked? How do you go above that? Like, how are you going to shock beyond that? Now we've seen it all. Like,
Yeah.
you can't shock beyond that point now. Well, maybe you can, but
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything against, nakedness or,
yeah.
whatever. But I mean, there's a time and a place for it. And, the Grammys
Like
on
not
national
at the
TV,
White House. Yeah.
it's not the time or the place,
It's not like a fashion show. But it's like it's like so much though that there's so much of it that there's like a desensitization to it, to where it doesn't even matter. You can see like 1,000 asses or whatever, and it's like big deal. It's another person's ass. Like,
Yeah.
there's no imagination to anything. It's just like boom, there it all is.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I see some artists, musicians, whatever, and I'm just like, really? Whatever. I don't get it.
No.
It's like, like Miley Cyrus. I mean, I think she's got a great singing voice. I think she's definitely talented. But when I see her at a concert where she's wearing practically nothing and letting everybody rub her hoo-ha, it's like, really? That's just fucking weird, man. I don't know.
Like, you don't have to do all that. And when she started singing, like she had done something and kind of changed her style a little bit. And I'm like, this is it. She did her like whole Lady Gaga, like the shocking thing, got her name out there, grew up, and now she's in a new era where people are gonna appreciate her voice more than she's gonna have to do these antics. And so then she did start out doing that for a little bit, but she went back again because she still got more reaction being the raunchy side than her being a serious like singer with her hair. She did a Saturday Night Live performance or something that was like incredible. I'm like, dude, you don't need to do all these antics.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get whatever her name is, Kanye's girl.
That meat dress is actually in a museum, and because it's shriveled up, it just looks like shriveled beef jerkies now.
Yeah, the raw meat dress.
Yeah, like what
No.
does Lady Gaga's meat dress look like today?
I'm like, damn, meat dress. Bring your ass over here. I'll eat your dress. I'll put it on the barbecue.
It looks like some beef jerky. Ew, so that's like, here's like her next to the meat dress. This was like, let's see, wait. How it
It
looked
puts
originally.
lotion in.
Yeah, and then what it looks like in the.
That's some Texas Chainsaw Massacre looking shit right there.
Sure. Ew, even the shoes were meat.
Go get Grandpa.
He's behind the woodshed, waiting for you.
A house on his head. Yeah, I remember one of the kids wearing something. Yeah, some of those fashion shows I see, and I'm just like, the fuck is that? What is going on?
Yeah, what is really going on?
Where would you wear something like that? Who?
And
Why would
why?
you wear something like that?
Well, I have one here to do with robot. I had actually a few robot ones, but I thought I'd do this one. Humans to compete against humanoid robots at an upcoming half marathon. These people are going to take the chances against machines. Whoops. Oh,
Why will it not add the
I
picture?
don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe because I
Did you do that? Or did,
I don't know.
oh,
China's capital of Beijing is all set to host an interesting half marathon that will set thousands of human runners against dozens of bipedal robots developed by some of the world's leading robotics companies. No, I said that wrong. This coming April, the Beijing Economic Technological Development Area, E-Town, will be hosting an interesting running event for both humans and human-like robots. 12,000 people are expected to take part in the event, alongside dozens of bipedal robots developed by major robotic companies, including Tesla, Boston Dynamics, and 1X, making this one of the strangest half marathons in history. Participating robots will need to have a human-inspired appearance, be between 0.5 and 2 meters tall, so no giant mechs allowed, and have the ability to run or at least walk on 2 legs. The winners, be they human or robot, will receive prize money depending on their performance. Do the robots have a chance to win against humans? Well, we'll have to wait until April to find out, but experts say seasoned human runners still have an edge against bipedal robots. The robot speeds reportedly range from 8 to 12 kilometers an hour, whereas finishing at 21.1 kilometer half marathon an hour and half requires an average speed of 14 kilometers an hour. Plus, battery autonomy is likely to be a major factor, as organizers have already announced that battery swapping mid-race is allowed. They don't get tired, though, or like winded. This won't be the first time robots compete in official running events. They don't get cramps. Like last year, Leabo 2, a quadruped robot developed in South Korea, became the first robot to ever compete in a full marathon on a single charge. Sadly, it won't be able to take place in April's half marathon, as the event is only open to bipedal robots. In October last year, a Chinese-made bipedal robot technically took part in the half marathon in Beijing, but only ran alongside human runners for 100 meters for a photo op at the starting line in April as well, hoping to actually run the whole race this time around. So he's like really hoping to race. And then my article just went out. So yeah, people against robots. Who do you think's gonna win? Who do you got your money on?
I would, if it's a good robot, I would say the robot's probably going to win, even though, you know, people, I don't know, like, you know, like they say here in the chat room, robots don't get cramps. Like you said, they don't get tired. It's like, maybe if it's a set race, a human could be faster than a robot, but as technology gets better, you know, I've seen the $6 million man. They can make him better, stronger, faster. And he has that hearing, you know?
Yeah.
So.
And they can charge midway. And you've seen the ones where they actually have them running on like prosthetic limbs. And they have like, you know how they have like the running legs, regular prosthetic legs, and then the running ones, and how the running ones are made. If you put those on these things are going to be like a gazelle.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like Gary says, when they have twerking competitions, robots versus human, robots will probably win if you know, consider that lifelike skin that's real bouncy.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
And if they win the money, does that mean it goes to like whoever owns the robot gets the money, prize money probably?
Or does the robot go, no, this is my money?
I mean, how does that work?
Step away from the wallet, Dave.
I said, put that down, Dave.
Put that down, Dave. I'm using that money to go to a twerk competition. You know? Robots, man, they're going to take over one of these days. And we're all going to be screwed.
Yeah, what if it really did want to go do something else in its mind? It decided, and it's like, oh, I've got this money. This says I need so much currency in order to do it. I've got this currency. I'm going to go and have this learning experience. That's when they become set in it. That's awesome. I used to have to wear a brace on one of my legs when I got drop foot, and one of the kids that I taught, the 10-year-old, they're like, oh, like the bionic, you're the bionic teacher. Because it was like a really big, weird brace that you could see sticking out of my pants all the time. I didn't know your mom had a prosthetic right leg.
I was trying to find a picture.
Kids probably thought it was cool as hell. A picture.
Yeah, one that I could show without getting flagged, but about robots. Yeah, they work cheap.
Like-
They don't break. Yeah, Blake says robots don't have asses. Go look up real dolls.
They don't need water breaks. They don't sweat, sprain their ankles, have to pee.
Robot races. Yeah, I don't know. They're making them more and more lifelike. It's kind of scary.
It's awesome, Debbie.
You know, like I said before, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to having a robot. There's like two parts of that. You know, the sci-fi geek in me thinks it would be awesome to have a robot. You know, and then the horror fan side of me is like, no, that shit will kill you in your sleep. I was looking at those Roomba things the other day, and I'm just like, yeah, that'd be cool. You know, I don't have any carpet in my house. It's all laminate, you know, and I'm like always sweeping or vacuuming, and I'm thinking, well, one of these things would be kind of cool. And then I'm like, it's kind of creepy. Nah. I'm sure it's got a camera.
They map their house out. They have lots of them to like totally map everything so they know what not to crash into and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that either, Debbie. That's awesome. Speaking of that, same thing, but totally different. The other day I went and played disc golf, and I played like complete shit, like horrible. So then I got up Sunday morning and I went up to Jacksonville and I played with this other group, a league that I joined up there. And I played even worse than I played on Saturday. And so I get home and I'm just thinking, man, you know, I know it's just like any other thing. You have good days and bad days. And I'm like, damn, I had 2 bad days right in a row. I'm like, am I ever going to like make serious improvements in this game? And then this video happens to pop up. These disc golf videos always pop up. And here's this guy playing disc golf, and this bitch ain't even got arms and hands and stuff. He's throwing with his foot. So then I really felt like crap. I sent it to my buddy. I was like, yeah. So I played like crap today, and then I came home and I see this. This dude's throwing frisbees with his damn foot and throwing way better than I do. I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll just give up and play something else. But no, too hard-headed for that. So, but yeah, it's amazing what you can do. Like Debbie said, you know, especially if somebody tells you can't do something. It's like, oh yeah,
Exactly. There's a lot of power behind someone saying you can't do something.
yeah, can't do that. You'll never be able to do that. Really?
Watch me.
Watch me.
Take notes.
Yeah, I'm looking at them on the Real Doll website, and you can save $1,000 right now. You can fully customize.
Do you see all the bodies hanging like on the hooks and stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Rebecca
The
1.0
eyeballs, the eyelashes.
stock Rebecca is $8,548.99. Got to get that 99 cents in there.
Dishwasher washable. I always thought that was so gross, though.
Handmade.
Oh, just pop it out in the dishwasher.
Each of our products are handmade to order, one of a kind piece of custom artwork. Therefore, coloring and detailing will vary for each piece. If you buy the stock Rebecca 1.0, you can save $1,000. And this isn't the robotic version. This is just the rubbery version on a metal skeleton.
Ooh.
Exactly. Meet George Jetson. Dun, 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 dun. Close window. Well, this happened here, right up the road from me, kind of in between where I live and where Debbie lives. Add stage. Chunk of ice falls from sky over Florida and smashes through the roof of a house. You gotta hate when that happens. You're just watching TV, and next thing you know, old Judd's a millionaire, and you got a giant chunk of space poopy sitting in your living room floor. Falling ice caused considerable damage to a house and prompted an official FAA investigation. The odds of a large object falling from the sky and smashing through the roof of your house might seem unlikely to the extreme, but in truth, such a thing can and does happen, as evidenced this week in the case of a house in northeastern Florida that was struck by a large piece of falling ice. Firefighters were called out to the scene in Seminole Woods area of Palm Coast when a local resident reported a loud crash and a large chunk of ice scattered across the road. When the fire crews arrived, they found that chunks of ice had crashed through the roof of a house and into one of the rooms, though fortunately there was no reported injuries. After inspection, the building department deemed the home safe for occupancy, and the department placed a blue tarp over the damaged roof to protect the property. Skies had been clear at the time, so it was unlikely to be weather-related. Instead, the ice likely fell from a passing airplane. Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, has since launched an investigation. When the FAA gets reports about such incidents, the agency tries to determine whether the ice could have come from an aircraft and then identify the aircraft potentially involved. See? And it showed some pictures of the ice inside the house. Pretty substantial chunk of ice. I mean, to smash a hole through your roof is pretty. It's not ice.
I saw one that fell through another roof, and I didn't know if it was yours because I sent you that, but it was another house, and it was space poopy, frozen from a airplane.
Yeah.
That crashed someone's roof.
Yeah. Hey, luckily it wasn't that giant metal ring, that I showed a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
I would have taken out the whole roof. But yeah, more and more space junk. I mean, ice, whatever this was, I don't know. When is more shit going to fall out of the sky? Out of the atmosphere? Toilet tank dump in midair. Giant frozen turd.
I was hit by a large frozen turd.
Exactly. Got the space poopy. There's a space peanut, boy. Yeah, they're an entire flow. What is up with all the freaking plane crashes and stuff lately? Like, there's been a whole slew of them. I don't know how many's in a slew, but there's been quite a few so far.
The giant creepy alien face. You see that one? Discovered
Yes.
in Antarctica.
I have that one.
Oh, you do? I was trying to find the space. The other space. So,
Not.
Mark Zuckerberg, out of all the secrets, all the people, everything, Mark Zuckerberg's the one with all the answers when it comes to aliens in our galaxy. The same Mark Zuckerberg that makes promises and then does the same thing he says he's not going to do as he says he's not going to do it.
Yeah.
This little pud, Mark Zuckerberg has evidence of aliens in our galaxy, but covered it up, says an expert. A UFO expert claims that Mark Zuckerberg has found evidence of aliens, but is covering it up. Award-winning filmmaker and leading UFOologist Mark Christopher Lee claims that the Facebook CEO has found evidence of intelligent life in our galaxy. But he says that due to concerns upon how people and the media would react, it has been kept under wraps from the public. The tech billionaire has been funding a SETI, a search for extraterrestrial intelligence program called Breakthrough Listen. The program had located a signal 2 years ago coming from Proxima Centauri 4.2 light years from Earth, which was more recently said came from a satellite. We get all of these articles constantly. I used to follow them, but there's just so many of them now.
Yeah.
These space sounds. However, Lee recently spoke with NASA associate and former BBC science editor, Professor Simon Holland, who originally broke the story about the signal. And Professor Holland said it was very unlikely that Breakthrough Listen had heard a satellite. Lee said, Professor Simon Holland has told me that he has been informed by insiders at the project that the signal is real and is not coming from a man-made satellite. Holland states that the signal is a sign of extraterrestrial life in the Proxima Centauri system, but due to worries about not be able to answer questions about what this life looks like and how it lives, etc., they do not want to release the truth to the public. Some of these are hard to get out. SCTI, SETI made this decision and are wanting more evidence before going public. Professor Simon Holland has also says. So chatbot. Professor Simon Holland has also says that a group at Cambridge University has done a spectral analysis of an Earth-like exoplanet and found evidence of biological life, but they haven't published this or gone public. Holland and Lee talk about a possible outside guiding hand that is overseeing whether this evidence can be released to the public. Holland also adds it's likely that both the Chinese and Russians will have found the same information and may go public before the U.S. SETI program. The alien news comes as an alien lover described for the first time in the movement. He says NASA astronauts were harassed by 125-foot tall beings with wings who were peeking into a space shuttle. Self-proclaimed UFO expert Chris Bledsoe was speaking on the Bledsoe Said So podcast, where he spoke about how it was he got involved with the U.S. U.S. space agency. During the discussion, he also revealed that all astronauts had experienced extraterrestrial life during their missions and had been harassed by them. So, hitchhiking aliens are already traveling between planets. We'll say that for another time. So yeah, Mark Zuckerberg, he's hiding all the secrets.
I don't know.
I think he just wants to hang out with the big boys and be cool.
Yeah.
Good night, Lori. It was great to see you, my love. I'm glad you stopped by. Hello, Coolio fan on Twitch.
Twitchington. Yeah, my last one. What's that?
I think he says he likes your hair and your lights, or they like your hair and your lights. Nice hair, nice lights. You've got nice hair and you've got that flickering cool light. Unless it's your hair and my lights.
It's probably your lights.
Yeah, but your hair.
Yeah, Zuckerberg. Strange cat. I don't know. Giant creepy alien face discovered in Antarctica on Google Earth. It does kind of look like a face. Is it pareidolia or is it a giant alien face? A satellite image covering part of the desolate Antarctica. I've been watching these weird videos on Antarctica too. Like a lot of weird shit up there. Anyways, it shows a feature that looks deceptively like a face. I mean, there's a picture. It pretty much looks like a weird alien face. From the entrance to a secret base to the silhouette of a giant sea monster, amateur Google Earth sleuths have found all sorts of strange and unusual features in some of the world's remote places. The latest example, which was recently discovered and posted on Reddit, shows a bizarre alien-like face, complete with a large nose, 2 closed eyes, and a small slit-like mouth. You can find it for yourself on Google Maps. And I used Google Earth, and I actually have a picture of it coming up. Of course, this isn't actually a face, but an example of pareidolia, the brain's innate tendency to perceive meaningful shapes and otherwise abstract patterns. I don't know. That shit looks like a face to me. Call it what you want. The Antarctic face is certainly not the first of such examples. No doubt it won't be the last. You know, I mean, you could say it looks like a hot dog or an avocado with a tomato slice if you want, but the shit looks like a face to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm completely crazy, but stop that screen and share this screen, which is Google Earth, and these are the coordinates to this weird picture, and there it is. I mean, it does kind of look like a face. I was trying to
And it
turn.
looks windblown on like one side.
Yeah, like this side, you know. I mean, you can still sort of see like where the eye would be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks, I don't know.
Like it was a complete face before, and then part got blown.
Yeah, was it? I mean, is it a big buried statue? You know, is it just pareidolia? You know, is it just something weird that looks like, hey, it looks like a face? That's what my brain's telling me. Or
Well, the Hiroshimas or whoever they were, one of those groups that have all those temples and places throughout America, believe that aliens, like the people from above, or would see down, so they would send this people to go out and build these elaborate things and designs and statues and such to show them like where to come, and as beacons almost, and different reasons. So it makes me wonder, like, do they put these things in certain places as markers or landmarks for things, or is it like a buried statue?
yeah, I mean, it could be, you know, and there's like, I mean,
Like a Mount Rushmore.
yeah, there's places there that, you know, look like pyramids, you know, and they're just, oh, that's just organic. That's just, you know, I don't know, man. That, you know, I mean, can this be just an organic weird thing? Sure, I guess it could, you know, but I mean, it sure does line up with like a forehead, like a squinty eye, a nose, and a mouth, you know, and it almost looks like some sort of ear. I mean, you know, could be anything. Could be a, you know, bowl of dog food at the end of a sidewalk. Who knows? This could be the belly button of a naked girl. Who knows? But that looks like part of a face to me. I don't know. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying that's what it looks like. Yeah, and there's places on the earth. Like if you look at maps, you know, everybody, like, you see all these videos, people talking about dragons and stuff. There's, if you look at you know, map of the earth, there's a couple, you know, continents, whatever. If you turn them upside down, it's like, whoa, looks like a dragon.
Pulled
Yeah.
back, it almost kind of has like an animal, like a primitive primate type look, or a animal type look to the face too.
Yeah. Let's change. The coordinates a little bit. I don't know. You know, you can just go to Google Earth and you can rummage around Antarctica and you can find all kinds of weird things. I was watching a video the other night and they were talking about Antarctica on these ancient maps that these people had made, and they were showing it without ice, And they said at one time it didn't have ice. But how would these people from, 1,000 or more years ago know that? How would they know how to make a map and show Antarctica with no ice? Hell, how would they know to show Antarctica, period? I don't know. Weird.
Oh, yes. People get creative when it comes to making money.
More money, more money, more money. I'm ready to hear this story.
I didn't need a story about the back scratcher gal, but this one I thought, oh, no. It was the one where a woman helps brides with cold feet become like runaway brides. Shoppers or service to like get them out of their weddings. But this guy, man launches villain for hire service that lets clients pose as heroes. A Malaysian man has sparked controversy on social media by announcing an indigenous service where he rents himself out as an ingenious. INGENIOUS. Ingenious service where he rents himself out as a villain that harasses clients, partners, allowing the latter to pose as heroes by confronting him. Earlier this month, 28-year-old Shaz Ali took Malaysian social media by storm by announcing a villain for hire service that would allow clients to show off their masculinity and make a big impression on their partners or romantic crushes. After being told that his upkept long hair and biker clothing make him look like a gang member, Solomon was inspired to start a service that relied on his physical appearance to make a profit. For a fee, clients can set up a time and place where he would show up to pick on their partner, thus giving them a chance to intervene and pose as a hero or a knight in shining armor. Are you tired of your partner thinking you're weak? For a reasonable fee, I can help you prove them wrong, Solomon wrote in a social media post designed to attract attention to his new service. Just tell me the time and the place, and I'll show up to disturb your partner, giving you the chance to step in as a hero and take me down. So she's going to be like sitting there, and he'll be like, is this seat taken? And then you'll come up and be like, excuse me, is this man bothering you, honey? And then rough him up a little bit, and she'll be like, oh, my hero. This one shut itself off too. This 11 whatever update is really bad on Messenger.
taking our jobs.
Your jobs. Do. His villain for hire service is priced at 100 ringgit or $22 on weekdays and 150 ringgit during weekends. I don't know what that is. If the client opts for a location that requires him outside his native city of Ipoh, they have to cover his travel costs as well. And it shows his article. I didn't put it on there. It's in another language. When the boyfriend went to the bathroom, I pretend to harass his girlfriend. When he came back, he confronts me like a hero. He described in a recent episode at a shopping center. The young man's unique service went viral on Malaysian social media, dividing people on two camps. Those who praised him for thinking outside the box and having a hustle mentality, and those who criticized him for potentially breaking the law by harassing people. He responded to his critics explaining that it's all just an act, like WWE. No one gets hurt. I'm the only loser. Well, not really. He's getting 150 ringlets or whatever each time. But don't you think if you're always the one, you need to go get yourself like a whole set of little heathens and send them all out, because people are going to recognize, they're going to be like, I saw you, like this is like you're that guy from that, rent a hero commercial.
Yeah.
That would be funny, Janice, if the partner did. The girl's like, no, honey, I got this.
Yeah.
Knees him in the head. That's not a bad gig, though. He just goes around, acts like an ass, lets a guy talk some crap to him, and then just takes some money.
Yep.
People get creative.
People do get creative.
For reals. She's gonna be like, honey, is there something you want to tell me about? Last week at the restaurant, when you went to the bathroom, that guy came up. And there happens to be 22 ringlets missing from the account that day.
Yeah. Did you hire a thug?
To make you look cool.
Speaking of hero, I saw a song the other day. Did you see that? What was the concert they had out there?
Fire relief. Fire aid.
Fire Aid. There you go. I saw people talking about, did you see the Nirvana reunion? I'm like, oh. I click on it. It's Dave Grohl playing drums. Pat Smear playing guitar. Dave Grohl's daughter was singing. And then there was another girl, I forget her name, playing the bass. I'm like, okay, so Chris Novosalik's not playing bass. So how is this exactly a Nirvana reunion?
Like Courtney Love's, like his own daughter wasn't there. Shoot,
Yeah.
I just forgot her name.
Yeah.
Oh God, I forgot her name.
It's funny, she married Tony Hawk's son, the pro skater Tony Hawk. I forget her name too.
Frances Bean.
There you go.
Frances Bean. Yeah, and like even Courtney Love, you know, come on, she plays guitar. She's whole. Like you'd think that she would have like maybe contributed a little something like to make it Nirvana-ish.
I mean, I could see if you know, Dave Grohl was, if his daughter was going to sing, okay, that's cool. I mean, obviously Kurt's not, you know, unless they do
Yeah.
Weekend at Bernie's with him, you know, but I mean, you got to have Chris on bass, and, you know, I could see Pat played with Nirvana a little bit, you know, but I don't know. I wouldn't exactly call that a Nirvana reunion.
No,
Yeah.
but I am glad they did not hologram it.
Yeah.
Nighty night, sister. You have a great rest of your week as well.
Well, we were going to do a Voices from Beyond, but we kind of got sidetracked with stories. I do
But we
have,
have everything we need, so
yeah. I'll ask one question and see if we get an answer.
okay.
Real quick, like.
I'm gonna ask the same question. What are you using?
I'm using the SPI right now.
Okay, I'm gonna turn mine on too. So what you ask, I'm gonna ask into mine.
Okay. Let's see. Did Kenny Veach fall down a mine shaft out in the desert?
Did Kenny Beach fall down a mine shaft in the desert? Did Kenny Veach fall down a mine shaft in the desert?
Mine says no response detected.
So did mine, but then it's saying listening because I asked it again with the correct last name.
Yeah, it doesn't. It
No
wants to
response
do Veach.
detected.
I'll ask again. Did Kenny Veach fall down a mine shaft while out in the desert? I didn't record
Did
it. Right.
Kenny Beach fall down a mine shaft while in the desert? It said beach again.
I must have been speaking a different language. Mine says, did Kenny Veach fall down a line that he brought out in the desert? One more time. Did Kenny Veach fall
Said-
down a mine shaft while out in the desert?
Said maybe. Mine said maybe. Do you know who Kenny Veach is?
Mine just keeps
I
saying
know
no response.
Mine's just still listening. Or no response.
What question
That was
did you
the
just
part
ask?
the other night. It was saying a bunch of stuff. Do you know who Kenny Beach is? And it's still saying listening. Oh, it says yes.
Do you know who Kenny Veach is?
Yes.
Is Kenny Beach alive or dead?
Mine said yes to. Is Kenny Veach? Is Kenny Veach alive or dead?
It says unknown for me.
Mine's still listening.
Do you know where Kenny Beach is?
Mine says unknown as well.
That's what mine said too. About alive or dead?
Yeah. Do you
That's
know
what
where
mine said.
Kenny Veach is? Do you know where Kenny Veach is? No response detected.
Mine says no.
Oh well. Well, maybe
Who
next
knows
week.
where Kenny Beach is? Do you know who knows where Kenny Beach might be?
Has anyone rediscovered the M cave that Kenny says he found?
Oh yeah. Mine says yes about if somebody knows. What did you just ask?
Apparently, it didn't record it.
About
Has
the M-
anyone found the M cave that Kenny supposedly found?
Has anybody found the M cave that Kenny supposedly found?
No, that's what I get.
That was fast.
Yeah, it was. Was Kenny's girlfriend involved in his disappearance?
Mine said no to the same question. Was Kenny's girlfriend involved in his disappearance?
says
Mine
no.
said no.
So did mine.
That's a little interesting that we're getting the same answers.
Did Kenny go out into the desert with intentions of never coming back?
Did Kenny go into the desert with intentions of never coming back?
Did Kenny go into the desert with intentions of never coming back?
Possibly.
Hmm.
What'd you say?
It's still listening.
Do you think Kenny did something to harm himself? Do you think Kenny may have done something to harm himself?
Mine says no on that last question.
And mine said possibly.
What did you ask?
On the desert with intentions of not coming back. And just now I said, do you think Kenny may have done something to harm himself? And it's still listening. Oh, it says yes.
Do you think Kenny may have done something to harm himself?
Well, wait, no, because it first said, she think Kenny did something to harm himself. It said yes. Could have thought I meant the girlfriend. Then I changed it. Do you think Kenny may have done something to harm himself? And it's still listening. It said maybe. See, so it's like possibly and maybe.
Mine's still listening.
No.
No. Did Kenny walk into a portal?
Did Kenny walk into a portal?
Maybe.
Maybe. Was it Kenny that was seen on a CCTV breaking into a store that belonged to a family member? Was it really him?
It said unknown about the portal. Was it really Kenny seen on CCTV breaking into a store
Yeah, belonging to a family member.
belonging to a family member?
Mine says no. I heard several people said that that wasn't him. Several people said it was him. Yeah, his girlfriend seems kind of like a con woman, con man, con woman. So I don't know what to think.
Was Kenny seen on CCTV breaking into a family member's store? Was it really him? That gave me a kept answer because I broke up my first question.
Is Kenny still in this dimension or a different dimension?
Is Kenny still in this dimension or another dimension? No. It answered me as I was talking.
Wow.
Because when I said, well, it said doubtful about the CCTV thing. Oh, and then it said no. It answered me twice to the same question. It said doubtful, then no. And he hasn't answered about the uncertain.
Neither has mine.
Who was on the
Unknown.
CC breaking into this family store? Do you know? It said uncertain about the dimension. Unknown. So we got a lot of similar answers.
Yeah. Did Kenny really discover an M cave in 2014 near Area 51?
Did Kenny really discover an M cave in 2014 by Area 51? Yes.
Mine hasn't answered yet, but can you ask it again real quick? Did Kenny really discover a cave in 2014 near Area 51?
Where is Kenny at?
Yeah, mine said yes as well.
Oh,
Well, it's kind of weird.
about Area 51.
Yeah. Yours said yes too, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So if we say closed session, does this keep a record of our stuff?
Yeah.
Because I always just shut it. I always just like close the app. I never hit closed session. It says hidden. I asked where Kenny's at. It said hidden.
Where is Kenny at?
Will Kenny ever be found? It said unclear.
Unknown.
Yeah, mine says unknown.
About being found?
Yeah, where's Kenny? Where's Kenny at? What was the
Oh,
last?
mine said hidden, and you said unknown. Then I said, will he be found? And I got unclear.
Will Kenny ever be found?
Thank you, Debbie.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, we've gotten a lot of the same answers. 3,000 miles apart.
Different Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Yeah, like Debbie says, up in the corner, the little folders where it keeps everything at.
Well, I seen it in the beginning, and I would click it, and there would be nothing in it, and so I thought it's probably because I keep on just shutting it. And I was just looking at it again, thinking, if I click that, I wonder if it'll keep the session, so I don't have to screenshot it out right now. So we
Yeah.
have a record of our session. Has Kenny already been found?
Has Kenny already been found?
Damn it, Kenny.
You bastards.
Yeah, they are serious about their security up there around the old Area 51.
Says no. To if he's already been found.
Oh, no. They killed Kenny. Exactly.
I mean, it's not funny. But
Maybe they did, or maybe he's in Area 51 in a tank being turned into the
like, hang in there.
the humanity
Or
or
maybe
something.
it's just a ruse. And he did go out there with the intention of not coming back, but not to do what people thought he was going to do. The gun was just to make sure, he could, like, shoot critters at night and defend himself and all that. Maybe he had other plans that didn't involve actually offing himself.
Mine said, has Kenny been found? And it says no,
That's what mine said.
which is true.
Yeah.
I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah. Let's do a couple more like that. And it's good too to practice on things that we do already know the answers to also.
Yeah.
Just to get like baselines and an idea.
If Kenny's still alive, has he changed his name?
If Kenny's still alive, has he changed his name? Oh, we should ask that dude as Elvis.
Yeah.
Thank you, spirits, for helping.
If Kenny's still alive, has he changed his name?
I appreciate it very much. Unknown about the name.
Mine says maybe.
Which is kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Was there foul play involved in Kenny's disappearance?
Was there foul play involved in Kenny's disappearance? Possibly.
That's what mine said too.
Oh, that's trippy. All right. That's trippy.
Yeah.
How does that work? Even the questions that aren't exactly the same answer is like kind of the same answer.
Yeah.
Oh, was the girlfriend involved in his disappearance? Good question.
I asked that earlier, but I forget what it said.
Janice. It said no.
Okay, last question, completely different question. Is Bob Joyce really Elvis Presley?
Is Bob Joyce really Elvis Presley?
What if he is? If he really is Elvis.
It
Then
says
they-
no response detected.
That's what mine says. It just said that right after you said that.
Is Elvis still alive?
Is Elvis
I should have said
still
under
alive?
another name. Is Elvis still alive under a new name?
Is Elvis still alive under a new name?
No response detected again for is Elvis alive, but now a no response detected for is he alive under a new name? Is Bob Joyce really Elvis Presley?
Yeah, mine says no response detected. They got Elvis on lockdown, tight security. Since my
So
walk.
it said doubtful. Is Elvis Presley Bob Joyce?
Is Elvis Presley Bob Joyce? It's pretty weird that he signed something back in the 60s with the name Bob Joyce.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Not much for coincidences. There's too many. Like, still listening. Come on. Last question was the last question.
No.
It said no.
no,
Elvis Presley is not Bob Joyce.
mine says no response detected. I don't know. Interesting.
I think it just told me no, so I would shut up and stop asking. Because it's like, No. Like that. No.
Elvis seems to be a lot more on lockdown security than Kenny Veach did. At least they were giving us answers with Kenny. With Elvis, they're like,
Mhm.
nope, not talking about it.
Yeah, not going to talk about nope, nope, nope.
Nope,
Even
nope,
in the
nope,
spirit
nope.
world, and he's still alive, we're still going to protect him.
What if he
because
really is alive, though? What if he is? What if he is, man? That's
that
gonna,
would just be really cool.
it would,
It
but
would mean
I
that
mean,
he was healthy and off drugs, and
yeah. But what else?
but
Would
you know,
what
he's
else?
got to be 89.
What else would be the great big lie? Did we really land on the moon? You know, is Michael Jackson still alive?
I've learned my life is a lie, dude. My whole life has been a lie, from Santa Claus, everything. Life is a lie.
Yeah, kind of is.
It's all one big mind fuck.
I don't know.
Witness protection. I believe that, Debbie, that they are not supposed
Exactly.
to tell certain things.
How many times you flashy K? How many times you flashy thing me, K? K. How many times you flashy thing me? Yeah, you never know. Speaking of flashy thing, this is my flashlight on my phone now. It's like not bright at all. Is there a way to turn your flashlight brightness up?
Yeah.
Is
In
there?
fact, yeah. I figured it out the other day. You hold down your flashlight. Okay. And you're
I
on
just got it.
yeah. And then move the bars all the way up.
Okay. That makes sense. I was like, why is my freaking flashlight not work anymore?
Did you get that stupid update too?
I'm up whatever the newest update is.
Yeah, well, does your Google and everything open hell slow, and you have to keep opening and closing apps and stuff?
No, but
You're
for
like,
several days, my battery, I charge my phone every night when I go to bed. I plug
drain
it
like
in.
fuck, huh?
Oh yeah, I mean, it'd be by 10 in the morning, I'd get up, at 7 or 8, and by 10 it would be 10% left. What the hell?
My
And I was
alarm
just
didn't go off one morning from that.
Huh.
I had it plugged into a battery pack, and I was getting worried that my phone was hacked, because those are all signs of a hacked phone,
Yeah.
or that your information is being whatever. But I was only updated it because I haven't backed up my phone since September, and I'm like, I need to back up my phone. It won't let me for some reason. I'm thinking it's because I haven't updated my phone. So I thought, okay, I'm going to update the phone and see if I can back up. I haven't tried, but yeah, I've had nothing but a bunch of irritating little problems.
I think I cracked my phone the other day. I got a screen protector on there, and the night that my car took a dump on me, I went to get out of the car and I dropped my phone. And when I went to get out of the car, I stepped on my phone.
Oh, no.
And I'm afraid to pull the thing off, but I think it's cracked. I usually don't
That
have a
used
crack.
to be $100 at CPR. I have the tools. Well, how you used to be able to change the iPods and
Yeah,
the
me too.
screens, but those
I'm on
little plastic.
I'm on 18.3.
Yeah, I think that's what I am too. I'm gonna close my session.
Yeah. Wow, we're way over time, but what the heck?
I'm totally, dude. I'm on let me see, 18.3.
Yeah.
I still have my 2020 number 11 stimulus phone.
Ah, there you go.
with my 2 cameras and my big storage that I ran out of like really fast. But I can't get it off.
Well, cool. I suppose we will see you next time. I didn't make paranormal soup the other night. I didn't get home till late.
I know I missed you.
I figured, well, it was that late. I might as well just not even show up now.
Because you're like, I'm running late. I'm like, yeah, I thought you were still coming on. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh no, that means he's running late. He's not going to come on.
I was going to try, but then I ended up being later than I thought it was going to be. Well, anyways.
I think I might play some of my new Sims tonight before bed, just
There you go.
because I know I won't be able to tomorrow.
I may have to load that up. I found a bunch of games the other day. I may have to put that back on the old. Do I have it on
They
the
have
computer?
free play now.
Really?
They on Windows and Mac, they'll actually I think give you the base game for free now or something. But they made it so woke. And that's the thing over the past couple of years. I'm like, okay, I like to get away. Like, oh, they have a whole art studio. So you can like paint and do all these like cool sculptures. Or a crystal digger who makes like jewelry and stuff and like smelt metal and you can do all these cool things. But then there's like all these woke things like when you're naming your sim, you give them pronouns or not. It asks male or female. If you're male, can this sim get pregnant? Can this sim breastfeed? Does this sim get body hair? Like you totally, they've got like, because they have always tried to include everybody, but they've got everything in there now. But I'm like, yeah, I used to play Sims to like get away from all the crazy world stuff. But I'm like, but now, like, because they'll have like little protests and stuff. It's like now I get to be crazy in my game and like do all the things that I wish that I Ally McBeal out to in real life that I can't do. I can at least do it in my pretend world.
There you go.
Throw some mischief down, put a bullhorn at them.
Yeah.
Get someone abducted by an alien.
There you
They have
go.
the life and death like thing where there's this whole life and death, and they have like funerals now and full on cemeteries, and oh my goodness, so much crazy stuff happened in the last like 3 years since I've been involved.
Yeah, when I used to play it, I'd always like have the swimming pool, and I'd like go swimming at night, and my Sims would always like drown in the pool.
I just put a pool in yesterday. They have a little lounge furniture and stuff now too.
Little coffin pops up in the pool.
I have coffins in my front yard.
Nice.
I love it. It's like I played Barbies when I was little because I liked it, and yeah, I had Matchbox cars and He-Mans and all that too, G.I. Joe. But I still like my Barbies, and this to me is kind of like paper doll Barbies, and you can make little skits and things. Like I did a Halloween one year, and just do totally crazy stuff for fun. And make them all just do whatever your crazy mind comes up with. And then I like to play with all the clothes and the creative sim. Sometimes I spend more time building than playing.
Yeah.
But it's like just another thing I like to do to keep my mind, like when I'm tired of all the noise of everything, turn on music, turn off TV, and just play some crazy Sims for a little bit.
Yep.
Good night, everybody. I don't know if we have paranormal soup next week or not. But I'm so happy because you didn't show up on Sunday. But I thought, well, at least I'm gonna see Rob on Wednesday, so I'll get my Rob fix on Wednesday.
You've been robbed.
I was robbed in my Rob time.
Speaking of G.I. Joe.
Who wants a body massage? Only home while we
What did he just say to us?
low. Mr. Body Massage Machine, go
What the hell?
body massage.
G.I. Joe!
All righty. Bottom massage, bottom massage,
So,
bottom massage machine. Who wants a
oh,
bottom
yeah.
what the hell did you say, Chris? All right, that'll wrap it up for tonight's edition of Weird Wednesday.
Yes, yes.
What's that?
I said yes, yes,
Yes, yes.
yes, yes.
We will catch y'all next time. Same bat channel, same bat time. Bye bye.